Hello everyone, I can't believe it's already been 7 years since the release of Fallout 4, and more importantly, a whole year since my last tips and tricks video. Sorry for leaving you hanging, but here are 10 more spoiler-free tips and tricks for new Fallout 4 players. Tip number 1. You can get some pieces of armor pretty quickly upon leaving Vault 111. Before heading to Sanctuary, go east along the northern edge of the water to find a suitcase. Inside the suitcase are some random pieces of armor. Outside of the suitcase are a leather left leg and leather right leg on the ground. The suitcase will definitely contain at least one piece of arm armor, and if you're lucky, could even contain a piece of chest armor. From here, we'll head to the southwest of Sanctuary. Here you can find a military vehicle with an army helmet. Don't stick around here too long as you'll be getting irradiated. With these armor pieces and helmet, you'll have a great start to your playthrough. The second tip is related to power armor. If you played the story at all, you'll know where you end up getting a set of power armor. However, there is a partially complete set of power armor along with 3 fusion cores to fuel it up pretty close to Sanctuary. Head northeast of Sanctuary to the robotics disposal site. There are lots of goodies here, including a trunk with a fusion core next to this conspicuous and terrifying sentry bot. You can get 2 more fusion cores by booting up the sentry bot and ordering it to self-destruct. The power armor set can be found slightly further east-southeast-ish of the disposal site. It should spawn 3 to 4 pieces of power armor on the frame. If you get really unlucky, it could be an empty frame, so I recommend saving your game before heading to the disposal yard and reloading if you don't get at least 3 pieces. Additionally, the disposal yard has a hot rodder magazine, unlocking the sweet Flames power armor paint job, as well as a Fat Man and a single mini nuke amongst the rubble. Use the mini nuke wisely. Tip 3 is also related to power armor. Be sure to take your fusion core out of unattended power armor. Leaving the fusion core in power armor is similar to leaving the keys in your car. If a power armor has a fusion core in it, NPCs see that power armor as usable and they will hop in as a priority if their combat AI is initiated. This can be enemies such as raiders or more often settlers when your settlement comes under attack. Another bonus tip involving fusion cores and power armor: if you like playing a sneaky character, you can pickpocket fusion cores off of a character wearing power armor. This will force the character to exit and you can stealthily sneak off with their power armor. Sticking with the theme of power armor, something that you may not have noticed is that when you enter power armor, your strength stat will automatically be set to 11. This will give a huge boost to the amount of stuff you can carry, but more importantly, because your melee damage is tied to your strength stat, you will hit very hard with melee weapons while in power armor, especially early in the game. Take advantage of this. Tip 5 is related to making money early in the game. One of the easiest ways to make money early on is by crafting Caltrops. Caltrops require you to have the Far Harbor DLC. They only cost 5 steel to make and have a base value of 25 caps. Even better, if you get rank 1 of the Chemist perk, which requires 7 intelligence, you can craft poison Caltrops, which still require only 5 steel, but are worth a base of 40 caps. Tip 6 is the second and more advanced tip for making money in Fallout 4. You can do this by building a water farm in Sanctuary. Use the extra scrap you come across to build water purifiers in the river of your Sanctuary settlement and make sure to power them. There's enough space to get over 1,000 units of water going. The awesome thing about this is that the extra water is deposited in your workshop as purified water every 24 hours of in-game time and about 10 to 15 minutes of real-world time. Each of these waters has a base value of 20 caps, so if you have 1,000 depositing, that's a base value of 20,000 caps. Though remember, the base value is not what the vendors will actually offer you. You'll get around 7 to 15 caps per purified water depending on your charisma and your perks. Still, this is a ridiculous amount of caps and will allow you to buy anything you need. Be sure to check your workshop often and remove anything deposited in the aid tab, because if there's too much stuff in your aid tab, no new purified water will be deposited. I keep a container next to my workshop to deposit extra aid, including purified water that I'm not ready to sell yet. Once you have money, you may be wondering what you should buy. There are several very powerful weapons you can get from vendors, so I wanted to recommend a few of my favorites. I'll say the name of the vendor and their location, but I won't go into any more specifics to avoid spoilers. The 3 guns that I find the most useful from vendors are the Overseer's Guardian 2-shot combat rifle, rifle from Alexis Combs in Vault 81, the spray and pray explosive submachine gun from the wandering merchant Cricket, who is often found outside of Vault 81, and the Justice staggering combat shotgun sold by Penny in the Covenant. All of these have powerful legendary effects and use easy to find ammunition, making them viable from early game to end game. The Overseer's Guardian starts off as an automatic combat rifle, but can be modified at a weapon workbench with a semi-automatic receiver and a silencer if you are playing the inevitable stealth sniper build. If you're trying to play a pure melee build, General Chow's Revenge, sold by Trudy at Drumlin Diner, can be a very strong early game sword. There are quests related to Vault 81, Covenant, and Drumlin Diner, and I don't want to spoil anything there, so you'll have to look those up on your own if you are interested in more specific information. Tip 8 is to synchronize your special stats. There are certain special stats that work together very well. For example, perks in the luck tree work very well with agility, as the agility stat increases the amount of shots you can take in VATS, which in turn works with the critical-based perks in the luck tree, such as Better Criticals, Critical Banker, Grim Reaper Sprint, and Four-Leaf Clover. Perception also fits in well here, as the accuracy in VATS will yield more hits, leading to more critical charges. Another great synergy is between Strength and Charisma. Charisma perks allow you to improve your settlement building, including commerce, as well as buy and sell with better prices, while Strength gives you the ability to carry more junk back to your settlement to build, as well as carry more things to various vendors in order to sell them. Additionally, the 4th rank of the Strongback perk, which requires 6 Strength, even allows you to fast travel while encumbered, allowing you to bring that purified water you've been saving all around the wasteland to sell to the various vendors. For tip 9, I'm going to tell you about my 2 favorite perks that I use on any character regardless of the build. First, get the Medic perk in the intelligence tree. It only requires 2 intelligence and drastically improves the effectiveness of stim packs, eventually causing a single stim pack to heal all damage completely. Second, get the Armorer perk from the strength tree. This only requires a strength of 3, so it should be easily accessible for any build. The modifications you can make to both power armor and standard pieces of armor will make you extremely tanky. This is particularly valuable when combined with the ballistic weave mods that become available by completing some quests with one of the major factions in the game. Tip 10 is that when you're working with the various main factions in the game, try to exhaust all of their quests before doing anything that may upset them. You'll usually upset them by either killing faction members, especially the leader, or progressing with another faction until you receive a warning that engaging the next quest will make the previous faction hostile. Don't worry, these warnings will be very clear, so there's no chance of accidentally missing them. There are a lot of surprising rewards from all of the factions, including powerful weapons, armor, and the aforementioned ballistic weave. And there you have it, 10 more tips and tricks for Fallout 4. I decided to be a bit more specific with these tips, which hopefully benefits you guys. If you like learning how to become insanely powerful or break games with brutal efficiency, be sure to subscribe for more of this kind of stuff, and remember, to survive in the wasteland, you gotta be efficient.